What's going on, Action Army?
What's happening, guys? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the official Action Army show.
Welcome to the most important hour of your life this week. If you're not watching this show, you're probably a Jackass or a Lion's Den fan.
Yeah, guys, it's basically a fucking call to action. Just kidding, it's exactly what it is, okay? This is the intro to Call to Action, the single most important piece of content you're going to ingest in the next 7 minutes.
If you love Action Army and you love Ben and Drew, then this is the place to be. And if you don't love us, well, then fuck you.
Go buy a suit, get it fitted, get the pants tailored so the length is just right and the break of your pants looks fantastic, get a bottle of Jameson, and get on fucking board. Peace out.
Hi guys, welcome to this week's episode of the Call to Action podcast. I am your host today, Helene, and with me I have Danny.
Hi guys, you get to see our wonderful, beautiful faces today.
Yeah, and also have with us Danielle.
Hi y'all, how y'all doing?
So yeah, we figured we would try, using our cams this time because it seemed like a wonderful idea. And also later in our Verity segment, we have an interview with Ben and Andrew. And yeah, that was with their camera. So we figured that, we should do that too. So yeah. Today we're gonna talk a bit about the 2 matches that aired on Friday, as well as show you our AnarKy brackets who we think will win this match. And then lastly, we'll have the interview. We can start with Rosie Knight versus Matt Cruz. Do you guys have any immediate thoughts to that match?
Danny and I talked about the one drop dead gorgeous question on there, and we both enjoyed that very much.
Yeah, as a sucker for Kristen and romantic comedies, I was like, yes, we got Tank Girl and we got drop dead gorgeous question.
Yeah.
So Schmoedown is progressing with movies that I like.
It did feel like that with this match a lot. It did feel like there were a lot of questions on movies that don't feel like they're normal movies for the Schmoedown, if that kind of sounds right. Like, I feel like there's a certain pattern in certain types of movies that get questions asked. And this match, for some reason, it felt like a different type of questions. I don't know, just different movies that I had never seen on the Schmoedown before. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah, definitely. Like in general, I wasn't that invested in this match because, I mean, we've seen Rosie before in a victim, but we also have the newcomer from the Schmoedown Patreon. I don't know, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't like, I don't know. I prefer the matches that have more of a storyline going on, or like, I don't know, just I guess matches with heels in general that are like trying to psych each other out and stuff. But yeah, also at the end, I'm kind of looking forward to Jared Avon versus Rosie. I think that will be fun, maybe. But other than that, I don't really have any other thoughts about it. Yeah.
I thought it was pretty cool to have a Patreon member on there. That's neat. And hopefully we'll get to see Matt on there again. Shout out. And hopefully like he can develop a character and get into it. And especially now that we've all seen him, maybe he'll be a little bit more active and out there, like on the Facebook, and start a character for himself, kind of the way Janine did.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Janine. Happy belated
Yes.
birthday, girl.
We love
Happy
you, girl.
birthday.
Yeah,
Happy birthday.
Yeah, she's definitely doing the character thing right. I think so, and I think it would be cool if Matt kind of got into something like that and did it that way. That would be fun.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess I'm having trouble kind of buying into Rosie's character.
Does she have
like,
one?
like I think she's trying to be like a soccer hooligan or like a punk kind of character.
Yeah, I
But
think she's trying to be a heel, but
yeah, but like she's trying to be like kind of like a hooligan kind of thing. But like I just don't really buy it
yeah.
too much. And but shout out to Matt because he came out to Little Dicky. So mad props to that.
That was fun in the
Um,
group chat.
yeah, we had a great time talking about that in the group chat. But yeah, the round one, Rosie actually did quite well. She got 6-6. Because I mean, this is the first time we've seen her in just playing singles. Because the only other time we saw her was in her geekdom, which she
Yeah.
wasn't that impressive. But so she got 6 points, and Matt got 3. And then round two, I think it was like 9-6 or something. So I mean, it's still kind of it was not really that interesting and stuff like that. And then Matt decides to go with the cursed numbers. Anyone who's fans of Lost, he went with 4, 8, 16. But as a Losty, I was like really, I kind of was like geeked out a little bit, but I was like, nope, he's definitely gonna lose now. So,
Curse.
but yeah, I mean, it was cool getting a chance to see kind of a Patreon match because that's the first of its kind.
Yeah.
On the Schmoedown, and I mean, it's good business, I guess, to have players come in, and you could see that he really does enjoy the Schmoedown. So it wasn't just like him just spending a lot of money just to be on the show and then kind of like bounce. But like,
Yeah.
like he
Have
did,
y'all
he
ever-
wound up bouncing back and doing pretty well.
Yeah, absolutely. Have y'all ever wanted to be on the Schmoedown? Like compete?
No,
I would be a
I
manager.
don't have. I don't have the skill. I don't watch enough movies.
I
Yeah.
would.
TV.
My boyfriend and I like to play along every time it's on. So it's fun. So I can understand like wanting to do something like that and being able to do something that would be so cool. I live in Texas and I have a busy schedule, so it'd be so hard for me to go out and do something like that. But that's so cool. Like to be able to play, like, oh man, that's a lot of fun. So
Yeah.
Especially if it's something that like, like if you look at it like a sport or a kind of like you know, it's like kind of like a day with the stars kind of thing. Like you get to hang out with like the people that you watch every week and stuff. So that must be a lot of fun too.
yeah.
But
Mhm.
I mean, if there was a Disney special, maybe I would
Oh
take up
yeah.
on that offer. Disney
Crush
Pixar.
it. I'd crush that.
Yeah, I mean we are the same people, but
It's true.
Yeah. I could attempt in a geekdom, but I haven't watched every Star Trek film, and I haven't watched every like DC and Marvel film that isn't in the cinematic universe, or like the the thing. So yeah. Otherwise, I would be like not good.
Mhm.
But yeah, should we move on to Rocha versus Bateman?
Yeah.
Dun,
It's just
dun,
exciting.
dun.
We got exciting. We're gonna get more Jared.
That's
And
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, too smooth.
Yeah. Oh, too smooth. Yeah. I enjoy his presence.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Okay.
Bateman Rocha.
What a match.
Mm-hmm. Oh, God. Everyone's just like, oh, disappointed.
Yeah.
But it was a really good match.
Yeah, the first round was a little uneventful. It was kind of a bummer to see them both not do so well in the first round.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was kind of a surprise. But it went all the way to the very end, and man,
Yeah.
Yeah, 3-4 in the first round. Like
Mm-hmm.
I know. Ben was saying like that's like normally Ben is like averaging like 6 to 7.
Yeah.
He has one of the best in the first round. Like he averages, and Rocha only getting 3. Like But even before I want to talk about the match, I just want to talk about the little like stinger thing about Kalinowski and Rocha about how he said that he was going to give him. He just needs only 2 wins to get to the title match.
Again.
Yeah, like why do we have to do this again?
Yeah.
God.
Like, why does he get the special privileges again? Like, I mean, there's just so many more people that I just want to like see again. It's just like, ugh,
Yeah.
not this again kind of story.
Yeah.
Yep.
Even Andrew, who beat Merle, needs 3 wins. It's just, come on.
I can't wait for that match. It's going to be so exciting to watch Andrew win that.
Yeah, against Riley.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. He's got it.
Yep, and I said that Cal is gonna. The twist is Cal is going to betray Riley and come out in a team action shirt and announce that him and Boots the raccoon have formed a team in AnarKy.
Oh.
So yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Buckets, I mean, sorry.
Yeah. Oh my. We will hear both Andrew and Ben talk more about this match later in their interview, obviously. So stick around for that. But yeah, going forward, we have obviously, as we stated, Andrew and Riley facing tomorrow. It should be tomorrow. It should be on. This episode should be up today. I am very certain that Andrew will win, not because the Reaction Army, but like, I don't know, I have a really good feeling. Like, he's truly on a roll right now, and yeah, he deserves to win it. Truly.
Yeah, I think he's got I think he has a really good chance. That definitely for sure. And I think after the Merle match, you can't really completely call that just luck and it just went in Andrew's way, because you still have to know what you're doing, especially in any match against Dan Merle. Dan Merle is a legend in the Schmoedown. So I don't think that anyone should just say that it was an easy, like, just a lucky match. I think he's worked really hard and prepared for a big match like that against Merle, and I think he knows that going into the Riley match. So he'll work just as hard to do that again, because it's going to be fucking amazing when he wins. People are going to lose their minds. It's going to be great.
It's so amazing how people are going to be like, because we know they're going to be shocked when he wins. I'm just going to say when, because when. Even though, I mean, he didn't even just beat Merle, he TKO'd him. So it's
That never happened in his entire career either.
Yeah.
I know, right? So I'm still like shocked that people are like, oh, no way he's going to win.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, if by some chance Riley wins, we're going to get Rocha Riley 5. Do people really want that? It's just having the same people face each other again and again is just really.
Yeah, I agree.
And also Guy versus Rocha, father versus son, and son versus father.
Yeah.
Just the story potential. It's just
so much. The revenge match.
Yeah, and he's gonna like avenge Ben, and then he's gonna beat Bibiani, and then he's gonna become the singles champion. Can you imagine? Yeah. Oh.
And then, like on the rundown, he mentioned like a couple weeks ago, like after he beat Merle, like he said, like the road to the belt is going to be quicker than imagined. So that's why I have a little bit more, like even more confidence that that he's gonna win.
Yeah.
So like because everything seems to be like setting up towards like Andrew kind of thing. Yeah, it just sucks that he won't be in AnarKy, but
yeah.
But you know, But I guess we should talk about. I mean, are we still? Do we still want to talk about the Rocha match? Still.
Uh,
I
do
mean,
Congrats, Rocha, but Ben
I
Bateman,
mean,
we
like,
love you so much.
we do.
I mean, Danielle, I know loves the Ninja Turtles. Would you have gotten that question?
I was screaming. I was screaming because of the question, but I honestly would not have gotten that question right. I couldn't.
I
I thought
wouldn't.
it was. I thought it was a sports store. Like I could see the scene inside of my head, but I kept thinking like a retail store, and I was thinking it was a sports store, but I was thinking of a different movie, of a different Turtles movie. So I would not have gotten it, but I can't
Yeah,
believe
I mean,
it was a fucking Turtles question. I couldn't believe
it was so obscure. Like to me, like I was just like, naturally, I thought it'd be either a pizza place or because of a like a Casey. I was thinking, like you're right, like hockey mask or something,
Yeah.
but not antiques.
Antiques.
Like who the fuck has seen an antique store in a Ninja Turtle movie?
I could see the scene inside of my head,
Yeah.
but it just wasn't. I just
Yeah.
couldn't put together antiques. Oh, I was so mad about that.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Roka's 5 point was kind of pretty easy. But yeah, I went down to the final question, but it just kind of stinks because Ben's record doesn't reflect the kind of player he is.
Ben
Yeah,
is
So
an amazing player for sure.
it
yeah.
is.
It's
Which
just
is
that he's gone
why
against.
I think he's such an amazing player that I think he and Riley are going to completely take the AnarKy, and I think they're going to win
Yeah.
the poll. That's my prediction for it.
Yeah, same. Speaking of, should we just head straight into our AnarKy predictions?
Yeah. Do
Yeah.
I want to just read off from left to right, like left side, right side, like who we think's
Sure.
gonna
Should
come
we?
in, or do you want to talk about the new additions at all?
Yeah, we can touch upon that. Most notably, Andrew is gone.
Yeah,
I'm so sad.
and
Oh,
they did him wrong
yeah,
with scandalous lies.
yeah. But I mean, he's got a busy schedule, and I'm really proud
Yeah.
of him for
Yeah, he's got to do what he's got to do, and
having that.
that's
Yeah.
awesome. Good.
I'm really sad that we're not going to see Rachel and Guy as a team because I really think they would have done very well together. It would have been a fun story for sure. But trivia wise, I think they would have worked out so well together. Like Rachel's doesn't have rom-com as a strength, right?
Yeah, I think
Right,
so.
and Andrew does. And so I think like the difference in movies that they watch, not that they watch, but you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
the difference of skill that they have, I think would have complemented each other very well. And I think they would have done so good. So I'm super bummed that we don't get to see that.
And just the
Yeah.
dynamic between the two characters, like
Yeah.
Rachel and then Andrew, just like Andrew's like gets the credit hate. Meanwhile, Rachel's kind of like laid back and kind of like quiet, and she kind of just goes about her thing. So it'd just be kind of just great to see like the polar opposites.
Can you imagine their intro?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Seeing Andrew come out like in a Thor Ragnarok. Yeah, that'd be pretty sick.
Oh, like in Hulk hands, like just Hulk hands in a suit.
Yeah.
That would be what it would be. Oh man.
Yeah. But I mean, even if he could be a part of it, he wouldn't have Rachel because they're champions. But I think he was supposed to be with Janine before he dropped out.
Yeah.
And that would have been such a great team.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Instead, Janine has a new person.
Yeah, Walton.
Brian Walton.
Yeah.
But I don't know who he is. Apparently he's from Nerdist. So
Okay.
but I don't know him personally, like anything about him.
Yeah. Same.
A lot of these people that they added, like I don't know who they are.
Right, there's a lot of new names, which
Yeah.
I'm kind of like.
They added like another random fan, Rachel.
Silverstein.
Silverstein. I think she should.
Silverstein.
I don't even know if she. I haven't seen her like in any of the online matches. So I mean, she
Yeah.
could be really great, but I honestly don't know who she is. No offense, Rachel. I hope you're watching this and not take it personally.
Yeah. I mean, I'm happy that there's like
Yeah, it's cool that
more
we're getting more
random, I
fan
guess.
representation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. Okay. Should we just go over each of our brackets like one and one, and then like compare, or should we just like do a match at a time?
I think what we should do is like first round, just like the name of the winner, and then we'll go on to
Okay.
the second round, and then like the final four, and then finals, kind of thing, like NCAA tournament. Do it. You know what I mean?
No.
Just like so, like first matchup, you would say first matchup like Rocha, Merle, Stacy, Marshall. You would say who you think wins, and then we
Okay.
would go down the bracket.
Okay,
All
so
on
we
the
like
left side, all on the left side,
yeah.
and then the right side, and then we just keep going until we get to our winner.
Okay. So first we have Rocha Merle versus Marshall and Howard. I just need to say this because my bracket is a nice good mess because it's very like some of the picks are very out there because I wanted it to be like a bit crazy. So for this first match, I have Marshall and Howard as the winner.
Yeah, I mean, could you imagine the crowd at the live event if that happens?
What an
What will happen to Christian?
He would explode. It would be so fantastic. And like, yeah. I mean, if they lose, Merle will retire. Truly, he really should.
I mean, Rocha might even retire too, but I don't think so. I think he's gonna play till the day he dies. Rocha. Yeah. He loves the Schmoedown way too much.
Yeah.
I hope so. It's so much fun to watch him and make fun of him.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys are saying now you're winners, or am I continuing?
Yeah, like Danielle would say like who she thinks up against that matchup, who thinks she would win.
Okay.
As much as I love my dear sweet Stacy, queen of my heart, I am gonna go with Rocha and Merle. I don't think that Dan Merle is slacking off after that Ghai match. I think he's probably working hard to get in there and really study up. And then Rocha is just coming off of his Ben Bateman win that I'm sure he's fucking on cloud 9 over. And I think that they're really going to come and bring it, and I think that they're going to be a force to be reckoned with throughout this entire tournament. But I have Rocha and Merle.
Yeah. Danny?
Yeah. Yeah, and I actually do have Rocha and Merle. Not that I doubt Stacy. It's just with Winston at the world's finest. The two matches or the matches that we've seen him in, like I think Zipper is the stronger of the two players. So I just don't know enough about him. Like I just don't know enough of his strengths and stuff like that. I'm not sure if it would complement with Stacy, but I guess Coy is still the manager. But I mean, I guess what we can expect is like still a kick-ass entrance for the live event from both. But Rocha and Merle are moving on for me.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to be as lopsided as people think.
Yeah. It would be really boring if they if they didn't put up a fight.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm like, yeah.
I don't think we're going to see like a knockout or anything like that. So.
Yeah. That would be really anticlimactic for the live event.
Really awkward.
Yeah. But next up we have Kalinowski and Ellison versus Silverstrini and Stewart. I do have Kalinowski and Ellison winning this match. But I do really enjoy Stuart because I really like the Kingsmen. They're really funny. I like his fake British accent. And also, it's cool, as we've stated, to have Patreon fans, like Schmoedown fans, on the Schmoedown. So I'm excited to see what they'll do for, like, you know, their interests and stuff. But I do believe Kalinowski and Ellison will take it.
Same. I have Kalinowski and Ellison. There's a lot of hype behind Chance right now. A lot of hype. And I haven't had a chance to watch any of his matches. I have a couple of them on cue, but I haven't actually watched them yet.
Yeah, me neither.
But I'm gonna believe the hype. So I'm gonna go with Kalinowski and Ellison, only because I think Mike Kalinowski is really gonna try to bring it, and not to put anything against Silvestrini and Stewart, but I think it's definitely gonna go to Kalinowski and Ellison.
Yeah, 100% to Kalinowski and Chance. And I have gotten the opportunity to play against Ellison. I played against him in the music tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he beat me a heads up. So apparently I am the gateway. If you beat me, you go on to the Schmoedown. So
Want to do a match, Danny?
yeah. So whoever wants to face me next, you might get a shot. But I think this is gonna be pretty easily Kalinowski and Ellison.
Yeah. So we all agree. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
For the next match, we have Bibiani and Nost versus Irvin and Graves. I have Bibiani and Nost winning it because I really enjoy Bibbs, and I mean, it's so cool that he's singles champion now. And I mean, I don't know, I'm just excited for the banter between the two of them due to their past as horsemen. So yeah.
I also have Bibiani and Nost taking it. I love Matt Nost very, very much. I think he's a very underrated competitor. William Bibiani's the fucking singles champ right now.
Mm-hmm.
And he's so great. I love to see him on the Schmoedown and interact on the page and stuff like that. I love to listen to Critically Acclaimed. That's one of my favorite podcasts to listen to.
Yeah.
And Nost really does have some knowledge, and I think they're gonna balance each other out really well. So I got Bibbs and Nost.
Yeah, I'm sadly with my heart is breaking. I'm going with my very first upset of this match. Picking Irwin and Graves. I love Bibbs and I love Nose individually, but the manager of that.
Emma, right?
Yeah.
Who is it?
Emma
Emma.
5.
Yeah.
Oh.
Something like she said during the championship match to Bibiani kind of rubbed me the wrong way. So I mean, I hope that was kind of like part of her character, but
Yeah.
but like I hope she does get put in some effort to kind of like guide them and like be there for them. But
Yeah.
I like again, like Danny said, like Nost. I mean, like he's like my long lost cousin basically. He just added an extra letter because like he was just ashamed of me. But
Yeah.
and then he wanted to open a pizza place, but more power to him. But
Yeah.
but yeah, I think he's one of the best trash talkers in the game besides Andrew, and I love like his carefree attitude. He just comes in and he kind of just like puts his feet on the table and he just answers what he knows and he doesn't take things so seriously. And Bibbs, like of course, he is our champ, and you can tell like he loves the Schmoedown with every part about him. Like he even posted like on the main page like it's a responsibility like what to like like be like good stewards like of the belt and stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm a such as love them. I think Ethan. I think Ethan is a really strong player, and I think Sabina might be slightly a stronger player just from the free for all than Nost. So that's why I have them with the slight edge.
Nice.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be disappointed if Bibbs and Nost moved on.
Yeah, for sure. Next up, we have our very own Ben Bateman and Riley versus Zipper and Fouch. I mean, you can probably guess who I have. Riley and Bateman. Not only because Ben Bateman, but I'm really looking forward to their thing. And not only just Riley and Bateman, the fact that Tom Dagnino is their manager just elevates the team to a whole new level. So I'm so excited to see what it brings. And I mean, I think Ben posted a short video on the Facebook page about it. So yeah, I'm really, really excited to see them play. And I truly think that it can go a very long way in this tournament.
Yeah, I definitely have Ben Bateman and Mark Riley taking this over Zipper and Pouch. So that was a given for me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean this is a clean sweep. Bateman and Riley is going to win. But Zipper and Haley are also a pretty solid team, but they're not gonna. But they're experienced, and I just don't think. Yeah, they don't have really much of a chance like against Riley and Ben, and I would be totally shocked if they somehow pull out the win. But I think Riley and Ben has this pretty easily.
Yeah. Should we go to the other side of the bracket now?
Yep.
Right? Yeah.
Right.
First we have Snyder and Draco versus Mance and Gerber. I picked Snyder and Draco here. Probably the favorite. I don't know. I'm looking forward to them as well. They have some interesting history, and they're both very good players. So, yeah.
I was really excited when they were announcing the teams, and as soon as Jeff Snyder heard who his partner was, he like flipped out and like yeah. So I loved that. I thought that was great. Jeff Snyder and Mark Andreyko are also two of my favorite competitors, and I love to watch them just in anything else. I really enjoy watching Jeff Snyder on like Movie Talk and different things at Collider. I really like his opinion. I also just have the biggest hard eyes for Mark Andreyko. So I think Snyder and Andreyko are gonna take it all the way against Ben and spoiler alert, Ben and Riley, but Snyder and Andreyko for this.
Yeah, I'm same. I'm going with Snyder and Draco to be like of when they were initially drawing them out the hat and stuff. Like this was a team that like I was like, oh yeah, this is probably the perfect match like of of two teammates. So yeah, I mean I think it's proven like Andreyko was definitely like a really solid player, and just from like from the title matchup that he just had, and so I guess he often kind of gets missed, like kind of like put in the background. So him teaming up with Snyder and like the former kind of Lions Den kind of connection to it, but so like they are familiar with each other, so it's not like completely random. So I still think they're gonna see a great team out of them.
Yeah. Another thing I want to mention, because it's against Mance, I do really hope that the new movie release dates sign thing will be on the wheel.
Me too.
Oh, imagine him looking at that, at Ben Bateman's wonderful face. Oh, yeah, that would be great. Yeah, so next up we have Janine the Machine and Walton versus Ashley and Alfonso Duralde. I don't know how to say his name. But I do have Janine and Walton winning this because I love you, Janine. Basically. And I mean, she's really good. She's proven herself multiple times. So I'm looking forward to it.
I feel like this match could go either way. This is the one matchup that I don't feel like has. Well, there's one other one, but this one I feel like this match could go either way. Um, I have Janine and Walton. I wouldn't be surprised at all if Matt Atchity and Alfonso Duralde pull this out because they're pretty smart. They've been in the business for a long time, and then Matt Atchity with Modoc and Rotten Tomatoes and stuff like that did really well in in teams. He didn't do very well in singles, but I think that because they work together, they'll do well. But I do have Janine and Walton taking this because heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, I'm sorry, Janine. You know how much we love you, but Achity and Delure are my dark horse team, so I have them as the upset. They have their connections from What the Flick and Rotten Tomatoes, and I just don't really know enough about Walton to say to like. So like in a way, it's like two like solid like movie critics and people that are understand movies against like Janine, and so I just don't know anything about Walton. So I hope I could be proven wrong. I mean, it would destroy my bracket, as you'll see later, um, but I have those guys upsetting.
Yeah.
Janine.
Interesting, very interesting. Next up we have JT and Harris versus the Wildberries, Makuga and Dewberry. I'm really sorry, Wildberries, I love you, but I do have JT and Harris taking the win on this one. It's so funny. I feel like JT is still very underrated, even though he's been obviously team champion for so long. But yeah, I can't wait for this duel as well. I feel like it's a pretty interesting, unique match with the professor and him, and I can't wait for their storyline.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the evil geniuses over the wild berries. Also, I think that's such a fun name for them. That's such a good name for JT and Lon. That it really is gonna be fun to watch them. It would be hilarious if the wild berries win. I don't think that Makuga and Dewberry are bad players. Makuga's done this for a long time. He's won a bunch of matches against. I mean, he beat Mark Andreyko, and then Dewberry is smart. You can't deny that. I think that they can do well. I just think it's unfortunate that they got paired against Lon and JTE because I think Lon and JTE are going to do well in this competition too, together as a team.
Yeah, and I mean it's pretty clear. You know how much I love the Wild Berries, and especially that Ricky's going to be their manager. So it's a mini ETC reunion. So it's the like kind of just like the perfect like fun team. But again, yeah, I'm going with JTE and the Professor, the evil geniuses.
Yeah.
But if they somehow win, like I'll probably scream and just like run around,
Yeah.
go nuts like Makuga. But I I think JTE again, is kind of underrated, and especially he had the comeback that he had. Um, and Lon is always proven to be really good player too. So
Yeah. For the last match in the first round, we have McQueenie and Chandler versus Seabold and Hugh. Huck.
Hewitt.
Hewitt. Okay. I have them winning. Seabold. How do you? Wow, I'm really bad at pronunciations. I never have to say these names out loud. That's really weird.
Not in
I
front
have
of
them winning. I love Whitney. I love critically acclaimed. So I mean, I had to go with him. But I do also really love Brienne. You're amazing. I love you. But I still had to go with Whitney and yeah.
So I have Brienne and Whitney. Or I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm super. My dog. I'm sorry. So
It's
I have
okay.
Brienne and her partner taking this. Chandler and McQueenie. We got it. I have them. This whole first round. I played with my heart. I chose who I felt like, just who I like personally and stuff like that would win. So there's a lot of hype against Cybald. And how do you say his last name? Huck?
Hayek.
Hayek.
Hewitt.
Hewitt.
Yeah.
Hewitt.
Something.
I'll get it
Yeah.
right one day.
Something like that. He
Yeah.
was on Beat the Geeks.
Yeah.
Apparently.
So, yeah. But I still have Brienne and McQueenie taking this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Danny?
Of all the first round matches, this is the one match that I think people are going to be talking about the most. I think Cybo and Hewitt are definitely a dark horse in this tournament, but I just love Brienne and McQueenie, so I am going with them. But I wouldn't be surprised if it goes, if it's probably one of the closest matches in the first round. So I think either way it can go. It could swing either way. But again, like Whitney knows his stuff, and again, Mark, he's formerly of Beat the Geeks, so he's the movie geek. So you know, I think that it's a team that's going to be a surprise team, and they're a very dangerous team. But you can never count out McQueenie either, and I just think their experience is going to kind of and also Brienne just got off like a title match, so I think that's going to kind of like boost her and drive her a little bit more to want to like go far. So I have them winning.
Yeah. Then we're on round 2. For round 2, I have Marshall and Howard versus Kalinowski and Ellison. I do have Kalinowski and Ellison win this, mostly because I believe they're probably the better team. I don't really have much else to say than that. I just believe they will win it.
Yep. On mine, I have Rocha and Merle against Kalinowski and Ellison. And I have Rocha and Merle taking this. I think they'll take it.
Okay, I have Rocha, Morrill, and KO and Ellison, and I have Kalinowski and Chance taking this.
Yeah. If I did have Rocha and Merle, I would also pick Kalinowski and Ellison. Anyways, just for the record. But yeah, next, I have Bibiani and Nost versus Riley and Bateman, and I do have Riley and Bateman winning because
Mine is the exact same thing. It's a Nost against Riley and Bateman and Riley taking it.
Yeah.
Yep. I had Ethan. I had Ethan and Graves, and Riley and Bateman, but Riley and Bateman are going to win this.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm glad we agree. Next up, I have Snyder and Draco versus Janine and Walton. I do have Snyder and Draco winning this. I love you, Janine, as I've already stated, but I do think Snyder and Draco have the upper hand here.
Yep, mine is the same thing. Snyder and Draco against Machine and Walton, and I have Snyder and Draco taking it.
Okay, and I have Snyder and Draco and Achity and Delure, and I have Achity and Delure taking it.
Yeah.
In a close match.
Interesting. For the next one, I have JT and Harris versus Whitney and Hugh. Oh, that's gonna be a pain. But yeah, I have Whitney and Hugh winning. Yeah, I mean, I do love JT and Lon, but like, I do believe Whitney and Hugh will take this one.
I have JTE and Harris against Chandler and McQueenie, and I'm taking JTE and Harris in that one.
Mhm.
Yeah. I have the save as Danielle. JT Harris and Chandler and McQueenie, and I have JTE and Harris moving on.
Yeah. And then for round 3, I have Kalinowski Ellison versus Riley and Bateman, and I obviously have Riley and Bateman winning because go team. Yeah.
I have Rocha and Merle against Bateman and Riley, and I have Bateman and Riley taking it, but I feel it would be so much fun to watch that.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to watch that match.
Yeah.
And you guys could start calling a traitor in the comments. I have Kalinowski and Ellison against Riley and Bateman, and I have KO and Ellison taking the win. So please boo me in the comments and tell me I'm a
Boo
traitor.
you
and
now,
horrible.
boo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
boo.
Leave. We're gonna kick you off the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's why you didn't have your sunglasses, Danny. We get it.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
God. Okay.
You can't sit here.
You can't sit with us. Okay. I think we're running out of time.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna
sort of.
keep on going. I have Snyder and Draco versus Siebold. Oh my god, Whitney and Hugh. And I have Whitney and Hugh winning.
I have Snyder and Draco against JT and Lon, and I have Snyder and Draco taking it.
Ooh.
I have JTE and Achity and Delure, and I have Achity and Delure taking it.
Nice. And then for the final, I have Riley and Bateman versus Whitney and Hugh. And of course, you might have guessed it, I chose Riley and Bateman as the winner. Yeah, miss you, Andrew, but since you're not here, then it is.
Yeah, I have Ben Bateman and Mark Riley against Jeff Snyder and Mark Draco, and I obviously have Ben Bateman and Mark Riley taking it.
Woo.
Because they're the best. Love them.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be really close. I think it's going to go to the very end, and I think they're going to take it by the skin of their teeth.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pitch black over here because my heart is so dark and cold. But in the finals, I have Kalinowski and Ellison, and I have Achity and Delure. And I think Team AnarKy will prevail, and they will win.
Yeah, I mean, that would be a good story conclusion, I guess.
Yeah.
Since it didn't win the Inner Geekdom one.
That would be so much fun to watch them win, like, just because Mike has done so much for that AnarKy stuff, and then to have, like, a fan win the entire tournament, that would be really cool.
Yeah. True. But still, Bateman, you got it.
That's right.
Yeah. So that's our brackets. It's gonna be a really fun tournament, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was just too ashamed to show my face just now, so that's why I turned off the camera.
Need a little break. But yeah. That's about it. We've been through everything, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Because we have to do the
The
closing,
outro. Yeah,
the
because
outros.
after the break, you'll see the interview that Danny and James had with and Andrew. But of course, they didn't do an outro because. So we're just gonna do one right now. But make sure to stick around for that. So yeah, you can find me on Twitter at HELLA_KO. Helako. Danny, how can I find you?
Before I plug anything else, I just want to give a special shout out to Frank Janish.
Yes.
He on Twitter he plugged the Call to Action podcast. That was really cool. It's always nice knowing that we gained the support from the Schmoedown community and our listener Andrew Markey.
Yes. Thank you
He's
for
always there
listening.
commenting and always sharing everything. So thank you to you guys both, and thank you to all our listeners. This has been such a treat for me. So
Yeah.
you could find me on Twitter at DKPKP. That's DKPKP, or you can find me on Instagram. It's Danny_K22.
Yeah. Danielle.
So, I want to thank everyone in the Schmoedown community, all of the content creators. You guys are doing a great job and a big influence. And it's great to see everyone get so involved. This past week has been such a positive week in the community. It's been nice to see everyone be nice to each other. So shout out to the community. Also, this has been really fun to be a part of, and it's been really nice to be able to get close to everyone and all of that stuff. So thanks, guys. And you can find me on my new Twitter handle. It's at Lady Lofton, LADY_LOTHSTON. On Twitter, you can find me there. That's my new fan page. Everything. It's mostly a Song of Ice and Fire stuff, but I'm trying to get more Schmoedown in there too. So you can find me there.
Yeah. Also worth mentioning, a few days ago, the Action Army fan page turned 1 year old. So that's really fun. I've met
Yay!
so
Happy
many
birthday.
people. Yeah.
Should we sing Happy Birthday on the air?
No.
No. But yeah.
Happy birthday to you.
I just want to thank you all for sticking around. It's been such a wild ride since I created the page. And it's truly been such a special journey. And I met you guys and the rest of the Call to Action crew and my fellow admins and mods. I just wanted to thank you all. And of course, thank you, Andrew and Ben, for, I guess, bringing us together in our love for you guys. Yeah. Also, speaking of Action Movie Anatomy this week, it's now moved to Thursday instead of Wednesday at 2 p.m. PST. They will be covering Children of Men this week.
Yes.
So make sure you stick around or watch that.
Mm-hmm.
Also, their Patreon, patreon.com/teamaction. You truly should pledge there. That's the right word, pledge. Soon I'll be doing the drunk watch alongs. I'm really looking forward to those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you next week. Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Where's the belt?
Hi, where's the belt?
Oh, where's the belt?
Hello, guys. Welcome to the in-between segment. This is a transition for you and all the wonderful listeners of the show.
Some people might even call this a commercial. So since it's a commercial, we're going to promote a couple things you should check out. Check out patreon.com/teamaction, as well as Wednesdays.
You can find us on the Action Movie Anatomy official show on the Popcorn Talk Network. Do you feel we're being serene? We certainly do.
Also, we're going to kick the shit out of every other Schmoedown team in the entire league. Oh, here comes the next segment. See you in a minute.
Rocha's a choker.
Bye.
And welcome back from the break. And as hopefully someone previewed beforehand, we have two very wonderful guests with two wonderful guests on with us today.
Oh, you're talking about us. I thought you guys were talking about you guys. I didn't know. I thought there was like maybe a celebrity coming on or something,
Yeah.
but it's us. I was waiting.
It actually is us. You guys are interviewing us. We're the real stars here.
So guys, what is it like running one of the most popular podcasts in the entire internet about the greatest team in the entire world?
God, well, you know what? When I have all the singles belt, the team belts, the AnarKy belt all behind me, it feels great. I found them, know where they are.
This is an
All right, yes. So, if you guys couldn't tell, we have our very wonderful sort of sponsors, more so representatives, Andrew and Ben, on today.
Yeah, it's weird. There's a podcast it's kind of named after us, and I've never been on it.
I know. I think I was on maybe one of the very first ones, and like the fact that you guys have just been keeping it going. I see them every week. It's awesome. You guys pick up your panel, like Ben and I. We definitely recognize, and talk about how crazy it is that there's just like a podcast out there that's about team action.
Yeah.
How cool it is.
Yeah, and you guys are keeping it up, which I will say, as we can definitely
I'm testing.
brain dead. I can't think of the word, but you start something and you keep it up, and that's how you get somewhere. Like that's what we did with our action show years ago. It's just we've just kept it up for 180 weeks or something like that, and it's a little bit at a time. So cool to see you guys started it and you kept it going. So congrats on that.
Yeah, proud of you guys.
Well, thank you. We wouldn't
Thank
we
you.
wouldn't be able to do this without like your inspiration.
Sweet, we're pioneers,
We're
man.
pioneers. So what are we doing here today?
Well, first of all, we'd love to talk about Ben's match as well as preview yours that's coming out on the 4th.
I'll bet you would, you son of a bitch.
We do want to get to know you first because there may be that one viewer like 3 years in the future that doesn't know who you are. So let's just get to know you guys a bit.
I love it.
Danny, who's been hiding in the closet this entire time, you want to ask him some questions?
Yeah. What's up, guys? First of all, I just want to thank you guys for being on the show.
Of course.
Would you like to tell the listeners just a quick background about how you got into the business? Like with the AMA show and the Popcorn Talk and AfterBuzz.
Yeah, that sounds like a fun. We've told the abbreviated version enough. We could probably do it in a couple sentences. We were buddies at a restaurant we used to work at years ago, at a bar restaurant. It was like a restaurant, so we weren't like 2 a.m. guys. We were like 11 o'clock guys. And we used to play this movie game where you would name you'd name an actor, and you go back and forth naming movies that actor had been until somebody got stumped, right? And Drew was really good at it. He was like the only person I'd ever met that could consistently hang and or beat me. I think he actually was better than me a little bit.
I was like absolutely shocked and appalled that there was someone else out there that knew as much or more about movies than I did, especially specific actors, because I would sheepishly not want to play with certain people that I knew Ben would just destroy me in. And so it almost became like after we played it enough, it was like we almost got heated about, well, who are we going to play with? Anthony Hopkins? No way I'm going to play with Anthony Hopkins. You watched all of his movies in the night, things like that. And so it almost became harder to figure out who we would even play the game about. But Ben, it's kind of always been this way, honestly. Ben's a very great, innovative, and creative thinker, and he wanted to do more in life, and we all do. But he's usually a man with a plan, and if he doesn't have a plan, he's like, well, let's just fucking do it and then see where it goes. And he's like, I want to talk about movies for a living. And I think the best way to do that right now is with after shows. So what do we like? We both like Batman. Gotham was just coming out on TV, and he was like, I think we should do a Gotham after show. And I was like, I don't even really know what that means, but let's do it.
We made a list of 20 ideas, what kind of video content we make. 'Cause I think this was like, looking back at this, so like some of you guys know, I moved to LA in 2009 to be a musician, an actor, and a model, and I did that sort of to varying degrees of success from about 2009 to 2012, 13. Then I had a couple years where I was really focused on music, and then right around 2014, I kind of found hosting. And somewhere in the course of the next year, Drew went through a horrible breakup. He needed a place to stay. He crashed on my couch for a couple months. In the course of the phoenix of his alcoholism, just kidding,
Kidding and not kidding,
rising from the ashes, he and I did improv together, and I had been at AfterBuzz for about 6 months, and I pitched this movie idea that I wanted to do about action movies, and they were like, "Great." And I was like, "Hey, do you want to develop this thing with me? Like, come up with it." So we developed the outline, and we had all these rules that we started the show with, a lot of which are still around. It was like 3.5 years ago, and
we kind of like figured out those rules by just like talking about the best action movies of all time, and like something that would always pop up in every single one of them. And yeah, I mean, it's crazy to think that, I mean, even back when we started there, they didn't really have an outlined format for shows there, and they actually kind of they weren't too keen on our outline. They didn't want a show to be too segmented, so they were like, you guys can try it out, we'll let you guys do a trial run, see how it goes. And now, actually, all shows have to have a segmented outline because of AMA, which is like a really cool thing for us as well.
There's a bunch of shows where the format is kind of based on ours. Our very first show was Air Force One. Our very first guest was Matthew Haggerty, who was the second AD on Avengers: Infinity War, and a ton of other enormous movies. At that point, he was about to go and do Jurassic World. He did The Revenant. I mean, the guy's legitimately A-list when it comes to this stuff.
You talk about the biggest, coolest movies in the world, Matt works on them usually.
He'll have some amusing anecdote about on set, Josh Brolin dragging Zoe Saldana and everybody crying and like, crazy stuff where you're like, oh my God, real stories.
Oh, him and Anthony Mackie playing golf in Scotland and almost getting in a fist fight with people is like one of my favorites. The greatest example of this, of just his cool stories, is the other day I got this text. And it was a picture and it said, it was like just me and Cap texting, and it's a picture of Chris Evans with the beard and the full gear. He's in full gear.
He's like sitting on a bench, like kind of on set, and Haggerty's like 20 feet behind him, basically like coordinating the shot, and both of them are just on their phones texting. He's just like in the background of Evans, like they're just it's just hilarious. But anyway, we digress. So that was that, and it all came from this idea. We did this show called Gotham's Finest, which was an enormous amount of work. We did it for like 3 weeks.
We would like go there and film until midnight, and then Ben and I personally had to edit it, and we both didn't know how to edit. So we were kind of teaching ourselves how to edit after wrapping. We had to wait till after the show aired and then discuss and then set up and then film and then edit it. We would get out of there at like 5:30 in the morning and post this shit online hours after all the people that had a production team behind that actually got views would post their reactions.
We'd get 190 views, and we'd be like, "We're doing it, man! We're
doing it. We did it. The editing it, and also if you can find that footage, my God, I don't understand. I looked like I was just inflated.
You had eaten Andrew.
I looked like I had eaten myself. Like, I think I actually wear this shirt maybe on one episode.
You do. That's the shirt.
This is one of them. There's the dark gray one and this one. And it's like
you and the seams of that shirt are fighting.
We're much
at odds.
We're in much better terms of our relationship now, me and my shirts. After 3 weeks, the company was like, "Yeah, so we're rebranding as a children's toy company. So the show's cut."
So yeah, so that was how it started, and then yeah. AfterBuzz and AMA. Now, we're just running on here, so if you guys want to interrupt, be my guest.
I love the story, and I do want to move on because we are short on time since you do have to make something else after this.
You know what? Cut the interview. This is bullshit. You asked me a question, listen to my whole goddamn answer.
If you want to call in and leave like an hour-long voicemail, you are always welcome to. I do want to point out before we get to the next segment that we are actually recording this 1 year from the day that Helene Konestad created the Action Army Facebook page.
Yeah, I was actually thinking on the drive over here, maybe we should make a little video and post it up in there since we're together right now.
Yeah, we definitely should. Also, guys, we'll give me a few extra minutes here, because truthfully, the fact that it's 1 year from today, like, you deserve more of our time.
Yeah,
like,
for sure. Like,
I'm telling that story too. I mean, there's a lot of memory lane stuff we can do here. So
yeah, so don't let us slow you down. We will let you know when we're starting to have to like maybe we're off. But like Ben said, let's do due diligence, man. This is the Army. This is our family. It's a year anniversary, so let's do it.
Right. So yeah. So I guess the big ticket item right now is Ben's match that posted today.
Yeah.
And it sucks that you lost, but I do want to point out that as someone who's like an avid fan of Frank's stats, you killed it until that 5-pointer. You had a really good game.
Well, I mean, I had a bad round one. There's a lot to be
Andrew round one.
You had a great round two.
There's a lot to be said about that match. I've talked a lot about how my round ones historically have been pretty strong, and I say it in the post game, but like, if you score 4 points in round one, you deserve to lose. Rocha scored 3. He deserved to lose. You know, the 5-pointers, the disparity in difficulty was like, here's a context detail of a kid's movie that you probably haven't watched since you were a kid. Who's on the cover of the box of this movie? It's like a little ridiculous, but I also spun Oscars, which is a great strength of mine, so I have nothing to really complain about. It just wasn't my best match. It's a shame. I have plenty to say about it, but
Then say it.
I hate John Rocha.
Is there something like maybe just in the back of your mind thinking, I may have lost, but at least the son will finally beat the father in the next round?
Yes, I do think. Well, so you have to play Riley, which is coming up soonish. I think it's like next Tuesday.
I think it's next Tuesday.
Yeah, next Tuesday, which I've been seeing all this shit out there about talking about how it's like, you know, the legend killer and all that. It'll just be a fluke. Andrew has everything to lose. It's like single his champions back to back, two-time champions back to back. So yeah, that's coming up. It is what it is. It'll be a match. I definitely have a lot less fire beneath me than I did before the Merle match, because the Merle match felt like a one-time David versus Goliath thing that I had to prove the world wrong. This time it just feels like I'm in a much better position to lose, but I don't want to. I'm very competitive. I want to bring the heat, and I also just like want to kill everyone. So.
Yeah. So my feeling is I hope you lose because I lost a Rocha. Look, it's not lost on me, obviously. Me losing Rocha and you beating Merle is like role reversal. But here's the thing, guys. Somebody asked me about this morning, and I had to really think about this. There's 50 or so competitors in the Schmoedown, and
oh yeah, go watch the AMA on their Patreon if you can, because Bateman had a great Ask Me Anything for the Schmoedown Patreon. You had to pick between two Patreons, pick ours. Anyway.
There's 50 or so competitors. And it's like, do I wish that I had beaten Rocha and that I just like crushed him and I was just like ascending and I didn't have my 5-way loss to Inman and all this stuff, right? And I don't wish he lost to Merle, but do I wish that I was getting what I feel is my due as a singles player because I feel I'm very good at trivia? Yes. If there's going to be somebody who I feel is outshining me, please let it be my podcast co-host and teammate, because like, there's no one truly in the world that I would want to have have that success. And like the whole action brand is tied to it. So it's just good for us. It's like a good thing. It's a fun part of the story. I'm big enough to step beyond my own ego to recognize that like, well, it's a good position to be in for us.
Yeah, and it's interesting because it's like, I know you definitely have to step beyond your ego because, you know, of all the fans. But at the end of the day, everyone knows you're better at movie trivia than me.
I don't know that they do.
I mean, like, everyone that knows, like, everyone in the Schmoedown building does. You know, every competitor knows that. And I think all the action fans know that. I know that. And I think, honestly, most of the MTS fans that pay close attention know that.
Let's see what happens when you play Riley. And, if you tank, then it'll be different. But, like,
it's just one of those things where, you know, this game, luck is so much now that we're in singles and it's gone the way it has, it is so clear to me that luck is such a larger player in this game than anyone thinks it is.
Yeah.
It's like obscenely, like, again, all the questions that in mine and Merle's match, it was like almost like I had written them for myself, you know, like they were just all catered specifically to me. So it is a really interesting kind of journey that we've gone on as team action.
I thought you were going to say Shakespearean tragedy, and I was about ready to agree with you. No, yeah. So anyway, but without running on too long, guys, obviously the whole way this has played out has been surprising. And also, I said it. I said it before the match with Rocha. I said it during the match. I have never wanted to beat someone so much in my life in Schmoedown, and I still feel that way. I will play my first match with Riley soon in the team tournament, and I just want to run through it and crush Rocha. It is like my purpose in the Schmoedown at this point is to annihilate that man. I'm going to train you.
I want you to beat him so badly. I just want you to beat him. Maybe with just a bat and an alley.
That's not
political
correct at all.
It's not okay.
All right. So anyway, that's my thoughts.
It'd be a sword cane in an elevator.
So, before we start straying from the topic, we keep mentioning Andrew does have a match coming up on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And so do you guys want to do anything to preview it? Anything we can look forward to specifically?
This is weird, guys, because there's the timeline of all this stuff is bizarre, right? Because obviously when you film stuff, there's when the stuff airs, but then in the middle of all that is the fact that my teammate that the match only had aired on Patreon that now aired publicly is the person that he is trying to beat Riley to play, who is going to be my teammate in an upcoming teams tournament that doesn't happen for months after it's all so jumbled. It's hard to even really know how to say anything or promote anything.
It's very convoluted. The only thing that I think we truly can say is just that the match is going to go up. It's a match, and fucking tune in, see what happens. You're going against one of the greatest old competitors and one of the people that really embraces the new aspects of the league. And Riley's knowledge is no joke. We've watched him play a lot.
We've said this quite a bit, and this is a little bit of a kayfabe break. I think whenever we do these interviews, we kind of tend to bring kayfabe.
Yeah.
Though I do think it's fun. We're actually closer to our characters. We're not close to our characters in general interviews, but with our true fans, we're closer to our characters.
Oh, yeah.
In the best way possible. Because we fuck with each other, and I think we have a dickhead sense of humor. But anyway, what I was gonna say is that Riley, we have not been shy about the fact that we both
love Riley.
We're big fans of him. We think he's great. We tried to get Riley. I wish I could. We should start screenshotting these things we send to Christian for posterity.
Oh yeah.
There's a whole text thread of us going hard trying to convince Christian to let us have Riley at one point. Long before the live event, we were trying to get him to put on shades and a suit. We wanted him to be the elder statesman on the team.
We've run campaigns for 3 people, and they've all been shot down horribly by Christian. But we have tried. We have tried adamantly.
Yeah. So. It's going to be a great match, guys. It's exciting for the two of us. This is what I'll say. We got into the Schmoedown in April of last year, right? It's been a year and 4 months. Mm-hmm. It's crazy that in a year and 4 months, we went from these cocky upstarts who people thought were kind of a joke to we're playing against the legends. We're playing singles matches against the legends, the all-time Mount Rushmore players. We're getting head-to-head matches against these guys with real odds. And people right now, if there was a betting odds by the end of 2019, will Ghai or Bateman singles belt? I think people would take the action. And I think that bad. Maybe 4-1, 5-1.
Yeah, I think for sure. And I think that if you would ask the same question last year, it would have been a laughable question. Whereas now, by the end of next year, it would be super plausible for us to both have won and lost either the singles or the team belts or both, or still have them, or I win one, you win one. Action, there's a civil war. We don't know, because honestly, we need to get there, and then we need to write the story around it. But the future for Action is incredibly bright, and it's great to see that not to toot our own horns, but things like this in the tournament last year, and this is a little mini Action Horseman war. It puts us up there on that mountain as well. And it's going to be cool to see when they talk about the Schmoedown one day, the changing of the guard. And I think that this little run that we're going through right now with Action not winning the belts at the end of last year, but then coming into singles this year, and kind of these old champions playing these young bucks, and the fact that I beat Merle, and then Ben is playing Rocha, and I'm going to play Riley, and then I have to play, or Riley has to play whoever, has to play Rocha. And it's just this crazy thing of all these biggest names ever with Action being around it. So regardless of anything that happens, we feel truly honored to be just kind of in the conversation with the people that will always be discussed in Schmoedown history.
And I think that's a really interesting thing to transition to our next topic, because Andrew, obviously you can't participate in the AnarKy tournament because of your filming schedule. But Ben, just because you want to talk about beating Rocha in that tournament, you have to get through Haley Fouch and Eric Zipper, which is going to be a tough team.
You know, hold on. I want to say something really quickly about Ben and Riley against Fouch and Zipper. I really wonder how Fouch and Zipper would do with someone talking trash to them, because like no one really does it the way that Ben and I do, and also we like by the time someone plays team action in the league, they're already seasoned. They already know what to expect. They already know like that we are these crazy characters. Whereas like Haley and Eric, I don't even know if I've met both of them in real life.
They both played like Fouch just played like 2 matches as Scream Queens, and like Zipper's played like 3 or 4 maybe.
Right. So in all those early matches, you know, people are still learning their characters the same that Action did in our first few matches. So I'm just curious to see like what literal 2 novices are going to do against an X2-time champion and one of the best heels in the league. Like I'm excited for that dynamic. I think that's the most exciting thing for me in all the bracketology, in all of the tournaments. And
plus, you're talking about earlier, you two already have an incredible chemistry with Riley and your close friends. So the dichotomy you guys can share is going to be like leagues above many of the other teams who may have been put together randomly or don't have a history together.
We're not even mentioning the wild card, which is Bobby.
Yeah, I was going to say, I love that they have Finstock as their manager. Like that's my favorite part.
We're trying to get Finstock. We're trying to get Finstock in as our first guest on the Drunk Watch Along. We're trying to get him. He confirmed it today, by the way.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, I think he might be there for the first round.
And then in the second round, you're most likely facing William Bibiani and Matt Nost.
Yeah, which is interesting. I mean, so assuming we go in there and we take care of business the way that I believe we will.
I mean, Riley goes to Fouch and Zipper, I will be so astounded and shocked and upset.
I won't be, because I'll be dead. No, we would play Bibiani and Nost, right? And so Bibiani is the current champion. The thing about Bibiani that's interesting is he's a really, really knowledgeable player who is the current champ. But he is absolutely somebody who, if he makes mistakes and you exploit his mistakes live, he will get flustered. So that's the thing about Bibiani, is it depends how tight of a game he's playing.
I honestly think Bibbs is flying too close to the sun right now.
I think so too.
I think that he's riding the high a little bit too much. And I think that when he comes into his next like serious singles match or his next serious teams match, like against a real competitor, I think it'd come back to bite him in the ass. Because like seeing him these last like few days or week or whatever you want to call it since he's become the champion is like he's like riding cloud 9 for sure.
He's wearing a toga, eating grapes.
Yeah,
just
he hasn't bathed since he won.
He hasn't bathed. and totally embrace hedonism. Just
assuming you win, which you obviously will, to face Rocha in the semifinals of the tournament, you would need to defeat Stacey Howard and Winston Marshall at the live show, and on top of that, just with assumptions, Mike Kalinowski and Chance Ellison in the next round.
I mean, here's the thing, guys. There's nobody in the entire league that I actually think, from a talent, like head-to-head standpoint, that I would be worried would stand up to Riley and myself if we played to the best of our abilities. Like, nobody. Yeah. I believe we have as much knowledge, talent, experience as anyone. We can win. So it's like Rocha, Merle, Ellison, Kalinowski. There's only so many points you can get. You know, it's like, comes down to spins, obviously, but I mean, yeah, we're like, if we play to the best of our ability, Riley and I are going to probably break some record along the
way. I totally, dude. Totally. I think that you guys also complement each other's knowledge really well.
Yeah, it's one of our best strengths.
And like also the fact that Riley has like 10 years on you and I it picks up slack that I can't ever pick up in a match.
Yeah, Riley has like certain categories for me that are less strong, right? Riley's really good in animated. He's really good in horror. He's rated 80s.
He loves scores and soundtracks.
He's great scores and soundtracks.
Yeah. And not that you're not good at scores and soundtracks, but like he loves it.
Those are categories that like you pair that with my stuff and it's like it's gonna be we're gonna be a real deal team. So
Every
I'm
time
very
you-
excited for that first match.
Yeah, every time you look at that wheel, it's gonna be a good thing for you guys. I am bummed that I'm not in it. Honestly, I was like really excited to be with Rachel. I knew I wasn't gonna be with Rachel. Like no shot at Brienne or her partner, but Clark and Rachel weren't gonna lose that match, as we all saw. And
They got an 89%, which I think is top 5 record for percentage accuracy in a team's match.
yeah, exactly. And then like, Janine, I love Janine and I would love to be in a match with her, but it just didn't work out scheduling wise. So I'll just be there rooting for my boy. Would you rather Rocha and Merle lose to Stacy and Devon at the live event or to you? Because that could be Devin or Winston. All right, yeah. So because I saw Devin today. Sorry.
We've done this 3 times.
I don't know who they are. I don't know who they are or what team they're on. If they were any good, then maybe I'd pay attention.
Last time we made this mistake, I cut it from the episode.
Yeah, well,
No such-
why you shouldn't have said that we made the mistake before. It has nothing to do with anything other than the fact that I don't know who they are. I've never seen them compete. I get it. My point is that I was trying to make. I don't even remember.
Come on, Dusty, damn it!
I don't even remember what I was saying now.
You were asking.
You wanted to be in the tournaments.
Beat
At the live event, if
would you rather you get to beat Rocha and Merle at the live event? Because I think them losing at the live event, they might just both evaporate.
Yeah, if Merle and Rocha lose at the live event,
Merle will retire 100%.
I also think Christian might evaporate. I think his head would explode. He gets so wrapped up in certain narratives. I feel like he wouldn't know what to do with himself.
Christian was probably the second or third most upset person the day that I beat Merle.
Yeah, he was so upset.
He just couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I think the answer to the question is I would like to beat Rocha and Merle, and I'm not going to get another chance to play Rocha for a while,
Right.
unless I get to play him here.
Right.
So I guess I hope that that's how the bracket plays, is we end up playing Rocha and Merle, because I don't want to wait. Like here's the thing, guys. You probably don't. Maybe you guys know this, but we lost to the Shirewolves. The team tournament's happening. He's not in it. We have our singles careers going now, but after this loss to Rocha, mine's a little bit on hold. I probably won't play in singles again, I'm guessing, till next season. Unless something breaks in my favor, I probably won't get another singles match.
And I don't think we'll play a teams match for the rest of the year.
Because of AnarKy, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't get a chance as team action for a while, which means this is my shot at retribution, is to embarrass Rocha publicly, and I would like to do that.
Yeah, and also if you and Riley win, that's even crazier. Then I have to find a new teammate for a while, or just not compete.
Well, we'll see. I mean, Christian, if we won the whole thing, I'm sure there would be some discussion of keeping us together. But anyway, it's all speculative. So what else?
Worst case scenario, Andrew could pull out one of his old prison moves and threaten them so that you guys can play some singles matches before the end of the year.
I do have some good prison moves.
We have, by the way, talked many times about at some point in time, Drew and I are probably going to show up to play a match and just refuse to play the match. And one of us is, I don't want to do this. Give me an action match. We're back together.
Yeah, we were hoping that if I beat Riley and he beat Rocha, that we could just demand an action title match before we played each other. But yeah, today happened. So anyway, what do you guys got?
Yeah, and I think we're forgetting to mention the wild card that Cal the Schmoedog is officially part of
Cal the Schmoedog has been trying to drive a wedge between Ben and I for years.
I was only allegedly accused of taking Cal.
allegedly.
So, because we talked so much about Rocha and Merle, that's very much the left side of the bracket. Is there anyone on the, assuming you know who the bracket is, but just in general, is there any AnarKy team who you hope to face in the finals after you obviously beat the Horsemen?
I mean, hope to face versus expect to maybe face.
Yeah, that's because you don't really hope to play the best people in the world when you want to win a belt.
The only person that I am totally intent on destroying is John. Other than that, I know that Draco Snyder is a pretty savage team.
Really good team.
That's on the other side of the bracket.
Drew and Clark are a team, right?
No, Clark's
because Clark won, right?
Yeah, Drew and Brienne.
Yeah,
Which is, Brienne's good.
I mean, that's a real team. That's like, I feel like Drew and Brienne
balance each other out.
Is probably about the same level as playing against Viviani and Nost. It's a little different because I think Brienne brings a distinctly different set of strengths, so they're probably a little better actually. They get like a
because you want to go up against not the strongest competitors, you're hoping the Wildberries go to the finals.
That'd be lovely.
I love that they're a team. It's so perfect that they're the only team that stayed intact.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
I think that's about it. Danny, you had one final question you want to ask?
No, I guess we just want to ask, how do we intern for Ben the Boss?
Yeah, those positions unfortunately are stocked right now. There was a serious competition.
It's a 6-month arduous process.
I had all the interns face off in a game of squash, and the 2 winners are my current interns. So.
But I'm pretty sure one of them is going to die soon due to the workload.
Yeah.
So honestly, if anyone out there wants to sort of sign up as a team action intern and pick up some responsibilities, we might be into something like that.
I've got a room right now where I've employed 100 monkeys on 100 typewriters trying to write the next great American novel. I may just pull one of them as my next assistant.
Is that what's going on?
It was the best of times. The blurst of times. What is it?
All right. I think that concludes our interview. Thank you so much for being on. Andrew, I hope filming is going great. And Ben, I hope magic is kicking ass.
Thanks, man.
And I really hope the drunk watch-alongs are going to save your livers.
Yeah, I mean, we're really excited about the drunk watch-alongs. Any reason for us to say that we're getting drunk and watching movies for our careers? To win.
Yeah, that's, by the way, patreon.com/Team Action, which is our general Patreon. And if you're on there for $10, you just get automatic access to the drunk watch-alongs. Or if you don't want it to be monthly, patreon.com/Team Action After Dark, a one-time $10 payment gets you in for the very first one, which will be on the 15th of September at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
And we will be covering Mission Impossible 3.
September, not December. Mission Impossible 3, count to 10. Big time. All right, guys.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Yeah, boys, thanks so much for having us. And, long live Action Army.
Yeah,
Talk to you soon, bye.
Bye.